of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now time for the moment of silence.
Was it good?
Good morning, aviators. Here's Miss Tucker in my backyard, although it's wet so I can't sit down anywhere. I just love how green everything is after it's rained, so I just wanted to come out and enjoy a little bit of the morning. So today is a little bit of a sad morning since we know now officially we're not going to be able to go back to school this year. And I know that brings lots of questions to all of us, like, how am I going to get my stuff that I left at school? Or how am I going to get to say goodbye to my friends? So trust me, we're all thinking the same thing. We're all asking ourselves the same questions, and we're going to be working on that. Teachers and administrators and district office people, we're all going to be working on how can we make this ending work for all of us. I'm trying to create a win-win, and it may not feel that way for everybody, but we're going to do our personal best, and that's all any of us can ask. So stay tuned for the answers, and Miss Tanner is going to meet with you guys in just a couple of seconds after me and talk about her splat and bounce lesson that's really helpful at times like this when things aren't going our way. So stay tuned for that. I want to mention Purple Up for Military again tomorrow, and I was proactive today and I looked around my house to try to find some purple. I was only able to come up with 2 different shirts. I don't have a lot of purple. This one says the University of Scranton on there. That's where my parents, they didn't go to that school, but they grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. So I have one of those t-shirts. My favorite purple t-shirt was a round top t-shirt, but I had it made into a piece of a quilt, so I don't have that one to wear anymore. So I hope you've been proactive. You're ready to wear purple tomorrow or to draw some purple, but show support for our military students and families around the world who sacrifice so much for our freedoms. So there's also going to be a quick tour with Tucker today, and I think that's our last one until I record some more next week, and I'll continue to do those just so you can see kind of behind the scenes at Round Top, another way for us to stay connected since we won't be able to see each other in person for some amount of time. So remember that we still miss you every single day. Bye, boys and girls.
Hello aviators, Miss Tanner here. As you all know by now, we will not be returning back to the physical building to learn this year, but we will be continuing to learn online. We know and we realize that learning from home has a lot of challenges, and I just wanted to take a second to remind you guys about our last face-to-face classroom guidance lesson on bouncing or splatting. I hope you guys remember that. We can choose to bounce. That means that we can also show our life skill of resourcefulness, which Miss Tucker talked about earlier today. And that can mean finding different ways of doing things. And that's what we're doing now. We're still learning, but we're doing it differently. And that's the definition of resourcefulness. Or we can choose to splat. And that just means when things get hard, we give up. And one thing that you guys can do to help with your home learning is to make sure you have your own workspace. Make sure that you are using really good time management. Make sure that you are taking breaks, and most importantly, make sure that you're using your resources, because you have a lot of resources. Your teachers are still here to help you. That's another important thing to remember too. The things that remain the same, and that is the same. You still have your teachers here for you to help. And I'm just now noticing this quote over my shoulder here. My husband loves to play golf, and I don't know if it's backwards for you, but this is a quote on our wall here in the basement by a famous golfer named Bobby Jones. And it says, "I never learned anything from a match that I won." I want you guys to think about what that means and how it relates to what we're going through now. I never learned anything from a match that I won. So kind of think about that, maybe talk about it with an adult, tell them what you think it means, but it really does, I'm going to give you a hint, it really does relate to what we're going through now. I wish all of you the best. I hope you guys are remaining healthy and happy. I'm working on a lesson for you now, and we'll be sending it to your teachers. I miss seeing all of you and love you. Hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.
Hello, boys and girls. Here I am in a classroom. I'm not going to tell you what grade, but there's that new presentation TV, so that's going to look new to everybody. Here's life skills and 7 habits on the wall. Actually, those are our lifelong guidelines and our life skills. The 7 habits are in the back of the room, I think. So I'm just going to walk around. There's some books on the shelf there. So you can take a look at all the cool stuff in this classroom, and you can try to guess what grade this is. So I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you a little bit more AVID strategies, which of course we all use AVID strategies, K through 5. I'm not going to give you the teacher's name. I hope you can't see it on those degrees I just walked by. And here's the weather station, and we know we all have a weather station in our classrooms. So there's your first classroom tour of whose classroom and what grade? Can you guess? Did you see some things that you know go on in your classroom, like the weather station and AVID strategies? What else can we know about this class that'll give us a hint about whose class it is? We'll see. Bye-bye.